Oh, wow, this is great. What's happening? Finally got a diagnostic one. I can't friggin' believe it. It's only been a year since I started doing this YouTube thing. Just about. Anyways, this is my buddy's daughter's car. I left her stranded at the school. It's a 99 Saturn SL2 with the mighty DOHC dual overhead cam. Something or other. What the hell is this thing? It's a little one. 1.9 liter. I had a motorcycle, a twin-cylinder motorcycle that was that size. But I digress. So what we got is a crank nose start. No. We have a no crank nose start. I'm going to choose my words carefully here. So we just towed this thing back from across the wonderful state of Massachusetts. Let me tell you how much fun that is driving in with a trailer. But I digress again. So what I've done so far, yeah, she's got a brand new master cylinder. I just did that last week. Sent the car out and boom, she's dead in the water. What we've done so far, I set my buddy up in the lift. He was cranking it over. I got underneath. I unplugged the purple wire. Got nothing. So then I did some poking around here, and I noticed right up on top of the neutral safety switch, I saw two purple wires and a plug there. So I tested both of those while he was cranking. I got nothing on either one. So we got no power to the switch. So I went in the house. I actually found a wiring diagram. Miracles never cease. So I got this off some forum. So this apparently is off a 98. So right away I'm skeptical of what I'm seeing, but right on the park neutral position switch, I don't know how good this camera is on close-ups. I don't think it's very good, but it says light gray two-way, and that's exactly the connector we have over there. It's a light gray. It's more of a whitish color to me, but that would fall into light gray. It's got purple coming in, purple coming out. This is a manual transmission, so disregard that. So we got nothing here, we got nothing here. So that leaves all this wiring in the fuse box, junction box. What do we got here? Looks like a yellow wire coming out of that. And that goes to the starter relay, which I cannot find for the life of me. That could be wrong. It says a black 6-way. There's a starter relay there. Oh, yeah. Your guess is as good as mine of where the hell that is. Looked on all the fuses, all the relays in here. We got a daytime running light, that little black one there. The rest, we got air pump, fog lamp, air conditioning, cooling fan, and ABS. We don't have a single fuse or relay related to starting. I need to find that damn relay. A couple other possibilities. Oh, yeah, we got this remote keyless entry module. Wherever that is, I don't have the slightest idea. Got a yellow and black going in. Looks to be a black coming out. Can't tell. It says ground, so I'd assume it's a black wire. So the remote keyless entry module has to ground the primary side of this guy here. This got a little jumper coming out of the ignition switch. Now, being that I don't know where anything is, I know where the ignition switch is. That's a good thing. And what I noticed, what my buddy noticed, was this thing kind of wiggles around here, so I'm already suspect of that. I might go into there right away because I don't have the foggiest idea where all these components live. So we might do that. I had my halogen test light out here because I spotted a ground down there on the engine. I just wanted to see if it was good, and it was. I don't know what those wires go to, but that's before I get the wiring diagram. So anyways, this is gonna fry my brain, but we're gonna try to struggle through this and see what we can do here. So got SAE bolts, which I didn't expect. Okay, that's kind of close. 7/32ths. 30 seconds. 7/30 seconds. All right, can I get up in here? Ah, you go. I have to get a longer extension for that one. Here we go with the camera. That thing's been off the whole time. It's probably a good thing because it was just swearing the whole time. I probably broke half of it. But got the plastic off. Wasn't fun, that's for sure. Stupid thing. Oh, now I'm mad. Two different size friggin' fasteners. I tell you. Modern cars are shit. My next car is going to be built in the 1960s. I'll tell you that much. It's a friggin' 3-ounce piece of plastic. Why does there have to be 4 bolts there? Colors we got. Lots of reds. Yellow, got a green, brown. I believe that yellow wire is the one I'm after. Yep. So, let's see if I can stick a T-pin in there. And how the hell am I going to ground my meter to? That's it. That's the next question. Everything's plastic. Can't even get my meter to stay running. That's going to be a problem. Okay. Need to punch it in the face. That's what it needs. Shut up. Alright. Let's do this. Somehow. One piece of metal in the whole car. Crap. How am I going to test this damn thing? Oh, great. Broken pin. Wouldn't you know it? Ah, it's so warm out here. I'll be damned. Wow. Well, we got power to the switch. We know that. Just want to make sure my ground was good. Ground actually works. So I gotta go get a T-pin. Yep. And we're gonna do this. Stab myself in the mouth. Thing's sharp. Alright, now I can't see crap. Freaking lights. Can't see if I'm going in the right hole or what. Story of my life. Can't win today, I'll tell you that much. Lost the T-pin. It's gone. It's friggin' gone. How is that possible? Stupid thing. I just can't take it. Are we in? Ah, come on, man. Oh, what the hell am I on? Frozen water. just want to smash something. Come on, man. Get in there. How? Is this all one cavity? I'm going in one hole and ending up in the next. It's starting to piss me off. Big way. 20 minutes later, we'll get the needle in the hole. I'm gonna shut the camera off, start punching this thing. Now where's my T-pin? Oh God, help me. Where's the key? That's a good question. Question of the day. There it is. My meter's gonna flake out again. Oh, where is it? Now I gotta put my friggin' jaw back on here. This is a cluster F. This whole video is just gonna be one big cluster F. Just want to do one test. I am 40 minutes into this thing. I haven't even gotten there yet. Almost there. I can't get my head past this damn thing. I'm telling you. I should have been a friggin' dentist. Okay, you can see the pin. So you know what? I think it's gonna be easier without the jaws, because I can barely get in here. I can just barely see the thing. I think I'm touching it. Oh boy. I think we got a bad ignition switch. The wiper's going. Oh, wait, I heard something. Can't see it. Ah, boy. Oh, 12 volts. Stuff was buzzing at me. Yeah, consistent. 12.8. I got the battery charger going. All right. Oh, so at least we know the ignition's good. So now we're down to remote keyless entry device, wherever the hell that is, and relay, wherever the hell that is. I don't know where any of them are. I have to do a little more research, I guess, and get that back together. The bolts wouldn't come out. I was turning this thing for half an hour. Yeah, and that's as far as I got. Snap. Yep, broke both of them off. Beautiful. That's broken. Somebody's been in here before, because this one was glued. I saw glue on it somewhere. Doesn't really matter now. It is what it is. Yeah, these are probably not gonna sit very nicely. Anyways, I've had enough for one day. We're gonna pick this up tomorrow. I'm done. Alrighty, it's the next day, and I got some direction. Did some poking around on the internet last night. It'd be nice if I could find my light. Oh, this one. That relay, that little cube relay, is up under the dash here. I saw kind of conflicting reports on that. It's either under the dash pad or it's under the dash. I like literally under the dash, like under here near the steering column. So I'm not 100% sure there. I'm gonna take a little poke underneath there and see what I come up with. Well, I'll be damned if I didn't find it. Check this out. Going in. Trying to get my body in here somehow. It looks taped up right inside there. That's the cube relay. Hopefully that's our problem. I believe it is. And if that doesn't look freshly taped, because somebody worked on this prior to me for the same problem. Ugh. My buddy already spent $600 getting an ignition module put in this thing, but there was also the no start thing. There might have been two things going on. I don't want to throw the shop under the bus, but $600 for a ignition control module, even at $100 an hour, that's kind of a stretch. You know, 3.5 hours to change that. It's right there in the front of the engine. Just saying. You know, I don't know. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and cut that tape off of there. It's gonna be nearly impossible to film because I could barely fit my little body in there, let alone trying to balance a camera and do all that. So I'll let you know what I find. All right, so I got it out of there. You can see the plug right there. I'll show you the relay. Got that panel out of my way too. That made life a lot easier. That's a stupid relay. So looks like a 5-pin relay. So, and they're all labeled, which is nice. So we got 30 up on the top left, 87 down on the bottom right. I think I might play around on a little battery, see if this thing actually is dead. So if you don't happen to know how a relay works, I'll just kind of give you a brief overview here. So you got 86 and 85. 85 at the top, 86 in the bottom. I don't know how this thing is focusing. It looks like it isn't focusing worth a crap, which has been my experience with the GoPro. So anyways, this is your primary side. These days people call it the control side, which it is. You know, I used to call it primary and secondary. So this is just a coil of wire. You run current through a coil of wire, and by doing so, you're creating a magnetic field. That magnetic field pulls this switch here off of position 87A all the way to the top right here to the middle position, number 87. So by doing that, you're connecting 30 to 87 just by running current through here. So the reasoning behind that is you can have a pretty high amp load over here on the secondary, and you can control that on-off switching of the load with just a very small current, you know, using really small wires. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna connect these two wires I got here to 86 and 85, touch them to the battery, positive and negative. It's really not polarity sensitive that I know of. Usually when they get this little thing in there, it is. So I'll hook 85 to positive and 86 to negative just to be safe, and we'll see if we have continuity between 87 and 30. That's the key right there. First of all, before I connect my leads, I'm just gotta see if the relay clicks. Red wire on 85, so I know what's what. Or orange wire. So we got positive there, negative here. I hear it clicking. It doesn't mean it's good. So I'm gonna try to come up with a way to rig up my leads onto 87 and 30 here. So this is a colossal pain, but I'm just gonna stick this wire right in the charger there. Got it on continuity setting. I heard it click. We got continuity. Alright. But that doesn't mean the control side of this isn't getting a signal. Now I gotta check out the wiring diagram, see what controls this thing. All right, this thing's cranking. Went from 24 degrees to 47 degrees in no time flat. It's amazing how 47 feels like a heat wave. Almost can't see my breath anymore. Anyways, So we can see here, here's a starter relay. Comes from the crank signal down the yellow wire. That's the main power that ultimately ends up through the park neutral switch and the actual solenoid on the starter itself, the big solenoid. This is the little relay slash solenoid relay, same thing, but normally you call a solenoid something big, you know, like the one you find on a starter. I think I'm zoomed in here too much. Alright, that's a little better. Might be a little clearer, I'm not sure, but either way. So you got your main power coming in. When you turn it to the crank position, power comes through ignition 3, through the red wire, into the ignition switch. Ignition switch connects it to the crank position, sends it out on the yellow wire. Now there's a little jumper there. So that jumper, that's also supplying power to the primary side of this. So you got power going in, but this isn't going to do anything until the switch makes continuity to here. Now it does that through the remote keyless entry module, RKE. So now that's where it gets its ground from. You can see the ground right there. Left body splice pack. So seeing that relay works, if I were a betting man, I'm gonna say that this remote keyless entry module isn't grounding the primary side of this relay here. So, or the control side, I should be saying, to keep things consistent. After doing some research, let me see if I can't find that diagram here. So here's where the arrow is. That's a remote keyless entry module. Of course, it doesn't tell you where it is. This is the instrument panel junction block. That's where the power comes out of, through ignition 1. Through, looks like a pink wire, into a black 6-way connector to the module. Now that module is near the C pillar. A, B, C. Nope, not today, fellas. Do we want to go tear this whole car apart and go in there? Not me. And you really think someone's gonna steal a 99 Saturn? Maybe. But not likely. So what I'm gonna do, proof of concept I guess you'd call it, is I'm gonna take a jumper and I'm gonna stick it into the I'm gonna jump from here to here, basically, is what I'm trying to say. So this would be 87, this would be 30, or vice versa. It really doesn't make a difference. But according to this, 87, yeah, 87 would be the top, this would be 30. So, oh, actually, this would be 30, the power coming in, okay, because the switch is here. So either way, doesn't matter. The electricity doesn't care which way it flows through a switch. It's gonna flow no matter what. So I'm just gonna I'm gonna stick a jumper in between 30 and 87 on that thing. So basically what I'm doing here is, let me see if I can see here. This is 30, this is 87. The two blue wires. So basically what I'm doing is this. Boop, just connecting them together, that's it. That's all you're doing. Bypassing the relay, that gets rid of the relay. Probably gonna make the car a little more reliable, because I'm sure my buddy, I know I don't want to make the run down 10 towns over from where I live to go get the car again. And I'm sure he doesn't either, and I'm sure his girls don't want to be stuck at high school. So that's what we're going to do. Find or build a jumper in my electrical drawer here. Over here at my workbench. On the floor. But couldn't find a good jumper with the connectors already on it, so I'm just gonna make my own. This thing here, I don't even know where you can get these anymore, but I got this. It's a Hero Hero B2 kit straight from Japan. Yeah, I've had this for over 20 years. I bought this, I got this through one of my instructors at MMI when I was going to MMI. He went through the K&L catalog since he had the proper credentials to order from them, which I hate companies that do that. Just sell to everybody. Don't you want to make a buck? You know, I don't know. I'm not getting into that. But anyways, so these are all vintage Japanese connectors. So all I'm gonna do is these happen to fit right in those. These happen to be roughly the same size as those blades on that relay. And you can see they're two-stage crimps. You got a first stage and a second stage. See if I can show you something I have that already has it. Well, you kind of see it on this one here. It crimps over the wire. The first stage crimps over the wire. The second stage crimps over the jacketing or the wire insulation. It makes a real strong, rigid connection. That's what all the OEs use. Well, probably not anymore. They got a little more fancier these days. This is 60s, 70s technology here. But it really makes a real high quality connection. I use these on everything, repair everything, automotive, motorcycle, doesn't matter. I've had good luck with them. These are for bullet connectors. These aren't super watertight, and they will turn green up here in the Northeast. I load them full of dielectric grease, and they'll still turn green, so they're not as good as the modern weather pack connections. But this is going to be in the interior, so it's going to be just a bare wire. I might just put some shrink tubing on there just to make it a little bit safer. I mean, nobody's going to stick a piece of metal way up underneath the dash, you know. But better safe than sorry. You might as well do it, you know what I mean? So I'm going to show you how I crimp these things. Okay, so got my trusty cutters. Cut that end off. We don't really need all this length. Actually, I want to try to find the best. Is kind of nicked up here. I don't really need it that long. I could probably get away with something about that long, about 2 inches maybe, if that. So I got 2 sets of strippers here because this one is failing. I've had this for a number of years, over 10, probably closer to 15. Yeah, it still works sometimes. These ones actually work better. I like these for getting up, you know, when you got to strip wires up underneath dashboard or something. I think I got these off eBay for like $7. I mean, works great. So, but anyways, back to the task at hand. This actually isn't a very big gauge wire. I had a real thick insulation, but that doesn't look to be more than an 18 or 20 gauge wire. But I don't think we're gonna need to carry that much current. On second thought, you know what, I'm gonna see if I can find something bigger than this. I'd rather better safe than sorry, you know. Okay, we're back. I got a different wire, stripped it already. A little bit heavier gauge than that other one. Makes me feel a little better. I have no idea how much current that carries, but like I said, better safe than sorry. I'm just gonna bend this over, so cut it a little long. So stick that in there. Then you got these fancy crimpers here. I don't know if you can see how they're constructed, but that's what makes the crimp. It's just like a die. So I go to the blue one for the first stage, which crimps the wire. Squeeze the heck out of it. See, that makes a real nice connection there. And then I use the yellow section on this rearmost part. That's that. You could pull that off if you wanted. It's actually probably stronger than the wire. So that's going to be our jump wire. I might slide a piece of heat shrink tubing over here. These are small enough that you could still get it on. Actually, gonna save myself the trouble and put a couple pieces on here now before I crimp that other piece on. All right, even found matching heat shrink. Miracles never cease. Yeah, I'm gonna go up a little ways on that. We'll get this piece on, crimp the other one on there. But I could still get these connectors. They're not as good a quality as the ones I got straight from Japan back in the day. But there's a guy out in Cali. I can't say it's bad quality. It's just not the same quality. The stuff from Japan was just overbuilt to the extreme, and the stuff you can get today is, you know, it's adequate. It'll work. But there's a guy out in Cali. I think it's out in Fremont. He sells. He still sells the refill kits for these. Get that on camera or not. Kind of the same green. Fancy. Since that other side isn't labeled, I gotta kind of look in here and make a mental note of which way is what here, so I jump the correct wires. You know, it's not gonna hurt anything if I actually it will hurt something if I because 85 to 86 will short straight the ground, I believe. Am I thinking of that correctly? Yeah, if I would have jumped those two wires on the other harness, 86 to 85, I'm eliminating this coil of wire right at the end of my fingernail here. So they'll short right the ground, so you gotta be careful what you're doing. So 30 is here where this finger is, and 87 is down by my thumb, lower right. So anyway, we got the locking tab, so it'll be upper left to lower right, referencing off this tab here. So that's what I'm gonna have to do underneath there. Okay, it's done. Old jumper's in place, as you can see. So just gotta make sure we got everything connected the way it's supposed to be here first. I'm not even gonna test anything. I'm just gonna turn the key, and if she starts, bingo, we fixed it, you know, because we've checked everything. We know we narrowed it down to one or two things, and the last two things are related to each other. Let me see what we got here. I just want to make sure I plugged in the neutral safety switch, which I did way down there. Okay, meter shouldn't go anywhere. Probably shut the battery charger off. And I'll get this out of here. I'll catch on fire potentially. Belts are over here. Don't have any tools hanging in the belts. Moment of truth, fellas, ladies. It's out. Alrighty. See, crank or it's not gonna crank. Got it in park. It's in park. Oh, baby. That's it. Yeah. I'm happy on that one. That's great. This thing was totally dead. She's a runner. That's the fix. That's it. Jump wire and a little tape. So that's it. Pretty proud of myself on that one. I didn't get frustrated, didn't get mad. I got the right information and just went line by line down the line. I started off with fuses, checked all those first, You know, would it have been so hard for GM to put the stupid relay here? You know, why couldn't they do that? Why do they gotta stuff it up under the dash where nobody knows where the hell it is? Thank God there's been a bunch of people that have gone down this road before me, otherwise we'd been in trouble. And thank God for the internet too. I never would have found that, no way. I would have never suspected something related to the starting system is gonna be tucked way up under the dash and taped up and hidden. So that's it, it's a fix. Thank God. Hope that helps you out. I hope you learned something, maybe. I'm not the world's greatest teacher. I'm better off with carburetors and points and stuff. This electric stuff I'm still learning. So I couldn't have done that without Paul Danner, Scanner Danner on YouTube and his premium channel, and Eric O at South Main Auto, and Ivan over at Pine Hollow Auto Diagnostics, and Keith at New Level Auto. All those guys. There's a bunch of other ones that I'm forgetting, unfortunately, but those are the four that have pretty much taught me everything I know from YouTube. Otherwise I'd still be fumbling in the dark. But anyways, thanks to those guys. Check out their channels, support those guys, they deserve it, and we'll see you on the next one.